Hello, I'm Luke Hatfield. Alongside me, Joe Edwards. We're here at Molineux. Joe, a win at last in the Premier League for Wolves.
A relief, yeah, fantastic. Deserved as well. It was a bit nervy at times, and it kind of looked like two teams at times that have been struggling. But by the end of it, Wolves got a bit of luck with the second goal. It was a brilliant move for the first goal.
Yeah.
Liquid football with Doherty with a finish, and yeah, come the end of the 90 minutes, I don't think anybody could argue that Wolves had deserved the 3 points that they got, and it's as you say, it's a massive relief. And you want to be beating the teams around you, don't you? Obviously, and there's a bit of added needle that went into the game. Of course, Watford beating Wolves in the semi-final last season, and that makes it extra sweet because Wolves got their goals and Watford didn't really trouble Wolves all afternoon.
No, they didn't. I mean, people will look at this game and say it's only Watford, they're bottom of the table, they've been struggling. But I tell you what, I mean, Wolves, I think they look good for the 3 points. They didn't dominate the game completely, but they held Watford at arm's length for most of it.
Yeah, and that's you know so much of it, isn't it? If you're defensively solid, if you do your job at the back, and if everybody pulls the weight, which they did today, there wasn't anybody that was below a 7 out of 10 really. No. I don't think. Then you've always got a chance. And Nuno kind of said that afterwards. He said we were very, very organised defensively, aggressive, recovering the ball well. And then he said that everybody did their jobs. Yeah. So as long as you do that and you have a bit of luck on your side, which Wolves did with the second goal, Jan Mat's own goal, you know that's a good recipe, and it's been a better last couple of games. We talked about Palace last week potentially being a bit of a turning point, and the need to capitalise on that momentum. Reading wasn't fantastic during the week, but they got the job done on penalties, and then they've got the win today. So there is signs of progress. It's not anything stark, but you're kind of seeing it, you know, game to game. Things are building, and hopefully now Wolves can keep up this momentum now.
Yeah, certainly. And one of the surprise decision was seeing Pedro Neto step into the starting lineup, and must admit I was a little bit surprised. I was a little bit wary because, you know, a young player hasn't really done too much at Wolves yet. But I tell you what, for the first 58 minutes or however long he was on, it was a cut above for me.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Didn't look like it was his first Premier League start. A 19-year-old, a novice. He looked accomplished. I kind of remarked with one of my tweets that he kept taking the ball down on his chest, but just looks ever so calm, glides across the pitch. Real kind of class about his play. Tested Ben Foster in the second half. It was one of those where he's kind of cutting onto his right foot and you wanted to try and see him curl it into that far corner. He was straight at the keeper in the end, but you couldn't fault his endeavour. He's looked busy in all of his Wolves games, to be fair to him.
Very good with the ball at his feet, honestly.
Yeah, he's you know, and that position today on the left of the front three, that suits him down to the ground. He's a winger. He has played as part of a front two with Catrone in some of the games, but that looked like his position out and out for me today. And if Wolves do persist with his 3-4-3, which I think they have looked better with going back to, then he's certainly, you know, a good option.
Yeah, and things stay busy for Wolves. Of course, it's going to be a busy season anyway. Yeah. But you know, you've got Besiktas midweek, you've got Man City. I mean,
yeah, it doesn't come much.
You needed a result, I think, today. Especially knowing that the next Premier League game is one where a lot of fans will say it's pretty much a free hit.
Yeah, it's a free hit against City, and especially, you know, with the circumstances going into it after a lengthy trip to Besiktas, you know, to Istanbul to face them. But that's the part and parcel of the Europa League.
That's what they signed up for.
Yes, I think it's what you sign up for. You've kind of got to try and find a way to deal with it, and you know, Besiktas. Obviously, you know, there's momentum going into it now, which is the key. After losing that opening group game to Braga, a disappointing night all round.
Yeah,
you've got you've got that first win in the Premier League, and hopefully you can use that as an onus, as a springboard. Sorry, the onus is on using it as a springboard. So that's it's good. It's good. It's just a relief, to get that win. It's been a long time coming, especially for me in this job. But
it's a sign that you were bad luck for.
Yeah. So
maybe I'm just good luck. Who knows?
I'll sleep a bit easier tonight for sure.
Yeah, and as you said, one thing which was really impressive. I mean, Patricio's made a couple saves, but they were ones you kind of expected him to. They never really carved open Wolves, did they, Watford? And as I said before, they're a little bit toothless. They are bottom of the table. Yeah. But they never really carved them open, and that's good signs.
Defensive three looked quite solid today, you'd say. Romain Saiss, of course, got sent off against Crystal Palace, and rightly kind of came in for some criticism. He's been a bit rash, a bit hot-headed recently. I mean, he's always had that kind of nasty streak to his game, but in recent weeks he's been even more so. But today he kept his cool. Yeah. He really did. And Bolly was back to his best for me. Welbeck hardly had a kick against him today, and just bringing the ball out from the back. There was a couple of shaky moments early on, which you kind of expect. A team low on confidence that hadn't had the results that they'd wanted. But in the second half, especially, I thought they looked accomplished. They looked on the same page. It was a little bit of a surprise not to see Benny in the team for this game, but Saiss in the end justified his inclusion and kind of made up for his error at Palace, I think.
Yeah, so good signs, right?
Yeah, I'm really happy with today. And as you say, it's Watford, they're bottom of the table, but you can only beat what's in front of you. And this is a side that gave Wolves a hell of a lot of problems last season. And as we say, momentum is building. Fingers crossed it can continue, and Wolves can climb that table and get back where we know that they should be, really.
Yeah, so first Premier League win on the board. For all the post-match reaction, make sure you stay with expressandstar.com.